I thought I would do a video while I was on my way to Walmart to pick up my groceries. I do the Walmart grocery pickup once a week. Just left Target because that's where my pharmacy is, so I picked up some prescriptions. And now I'm heading to Walmart to do the grocery pickup, and then Costco to do the rest of the groceries. And then maybe I can go home and get a little bit of rest. We'll see. So I haven't made videos in a while because I, honest to God, just haven't felt up to doing anything at all whatsoever. Especially not videos. I've been really tired and just flat out like, I don't want to do anything. Yeah, Lincoln, you do you. Anyway, so I kind of noticed at the end of the school year, beginning of the summer, May, end of May, beginning of June, that my mood was kind of dropping. I was struggling to get through the day at work and just not feeling as good as I normally feel. Caffeine wasn't cutting it. Normally a cup of coffee and I'm good to go, and it was like 3 cups of coffee and I'm still not feeling peppy myself, whatever. June was super busy. We took the kids to Disney World, so we were super busy with just planning and doing a Disney trip. July 1st, I had my hysterectomy. Oh, crap, wrong way. Yeah, I had my hysterectomy on July 1st, and that went really well. I'm really super happy with the decision I made. Everything was great. I recovered really well. I was feeling really good physically, but it seemed about a month out from surgery, my mood just wasn't good, and I couldn't seem to shake this increasing desire to just stay in bed. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to clean the house. I didn't want to make lunch for the kids. I mean, I don't have a choice. I have a 5, 6, and 9-year-old at home all summer. I don't have a choice. I got to get up and I got to take care of them. But beyond that, I just didn't want to do anything, and was really doing my best to avoid doing much of anything at all. And it was, slowly getting worse. I didn't want to talk, and I still don't, mind you. We're not past this yet. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I want to lay in bed and drink ridiculous amounts of coffee and sugar-free Red Bull and eat all the crap I shouldn't be eating and that I'm not supposed to ever be eating again after bariatric surgery, and just ignore life, I've had issues with depression and anxiety for a long time, so this is nothing new. This is not a new symptom to me, not a new issue. Been there, done that, whatever. But it was so much better for so long. And I had started Cymbalta, and that just worked for me. I felt really good, and that was a couple years ago. But God, lately I don't feel good at all, and it really sucks because I really am wasting my summer with my kids because I just don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be left alone, and that really sucks. So I reached out to my doctor and said, I'm basically my mood is bad, my anxiety is high, my depression's got me feeling really low. I really just need to get in and be seen and see about getting my medication adjusted. And at first, they made me an appointment for a month out from when I had requested help. Now, mind you, by the time I get around to saying, hey, I need help, I'm feeling pretty bad. I don't like asking for help. I don't like bothering people with my mood stuff. I don't know, I'm just the perfectionist in me doesn't want to admit that something's wrong. Doesn't want anybody to know anything's wrong. But it was probably pretty clear to my husband and my kids that I wasn't feeling good, and it was going beyond just feeling bad from having surgery. So, like I said, I contacted the doctor. They made the appointment. I was supposed to go September 11th. What is today? Like August 22nd, I think. But yeah, September 11th is when they scheduled the appointment. Well, by then, I'm back to work. And I can't take an afternoon off during the first week back to work. That's just not how it works when you're off all summer. Number one. Number two, like I said, for me to get to the point to reach out and say, I need help, I'm feeling really bad. And to wait another month to get any help just made me feel worse. You know, it just made me feel ignored. And I know they weren't trying to ignore me. I understand they didn't understand how bad I was feeling. Some random person at an appointment desk, they're just not going to know when to take things seriously, when things need to be taken care of immediately. It's not their fault. So I messaged them again. I had to work up the guts to say, this is not okay. It's really hard to advocate for myself sometimes. I'll do anything and everything for my kids and for the people I work with, but to say I don't feel good and waiting another month isn't good enough is really hard. But I did. I threw a teeny little hissy fit, and I just said, I just can't wait that long. I can't wait until after I go back to work. I can't keep feeling like this. I feel horrible. And I'm, I put on it's like 13 pounds. I gained 13 pounds because all I've done all summer is lay around the house and eat crap and to, comfort food to try and make myself feel better, which of course never works. It never makes you feel better. And I know that, but when you're so down, you just do anything you can to feel any little bit of happiness. So thankfully they listened that second time and said, okay, we'll get you in earlier. We can get you in this Thursday, which is today. I'll be here super early in the morning, first appointment of the day, but at least you'll get in and get seen and we can get going on this, which is what I needed. So I went in and I saw the doctor and I told him what was going on and told him that the Cymbalta had worked so well for me for so many years. I don't know, it's like 2 or 3 years now that I've been on it, and it's worked wonderfully, but just recently it's just not working anymore. So this isn't the worst I've ever felt, but it's definitely up there with how crappy I feel. So because I was on a very beginning basic dose of Cymbalta where you usually start and then you can work up and whatever, and he said, let's just double it. Let's just bump this prescription up by 100%. I know that Cymbalta works for you. I know that your body handles it well and that you're not having any bad side effects to it. And I really think if we just hit this hard with a really strong dose of Cymbalta, it's gonna, like that, it's just gonna snap and it's gonna go back to working and you're gonna be back to feeling good, and hopefully we can get this going, because normally it takes Cymbalta a month to work, but because I've been on it for the last 3 years, there is a good chance that in a week or two I will be feeling better than I am now. So doubled that, and I just picked that up from the pharmacy, and we'll do that for a month. He scheduled an appointment for 2 weeks from now And he said if at any point I feel like I don't need to come back and see him, I can cancel that appointment. He just wanted it as a placeholder so that if bumping up this Cymbalta doesn't work and it doesn't make me feel better, I can get in again right away and we just move on to the next step. What's the next thing? What's the next medication? What's going to help? Instead of me getting lost in the shuffle and trying to get back in and trying to find a time and when could I possibly get in that works with my work schedule and all that junk. Let's get it fixed before I go back to work and my work schedule complicates me getting in to be seen and be helped. That was the one, like, main reason I was there. Secondly, probably about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, I developed, no, I have trouble with this word, bacterial folliculitis. That is not for me, by the way. Bacterial folliculitis. The hair follicles in my legs got infected. It started out with just one spot on the back of my right thigh, and I think I cut my leg shaving, and that got infected, and it spread, and it spread fast. It went from one cut on the back of my leg to sores all over the inside of my right thigh, which then spread to my left thigh. So now I've got what my husband and I call my spots all over both right and left thighs. Just the inside of my legs are just covered in these sores. So a week ago, I was in bed completely freaking out because this is just getting worse and worse and worse, and nothing I'm doing at home is making it better. It's spreading. It hurts really bad. It's just these big, angry, weeping sores all over my legs. It's disgusting and it's miserable, and my mood is already crap. This made my mood like ultra crap. I already felt like shit, and now I feel 10 times worse. So I took some pictures. I did what's called an e-visit on my clinic's web portal. You just explain your symptoms, send some pictures, and then they get back to you. If it's during their business hours, they'll get back to you within an hour. If it's outside their business hours, then I did it at 10 o'clock at night that night. They got back to me at 8 o'clock the next morning, right away. They told me they'll get back to you by 9. 8:07, I had a response. This is bacterial folliculitis. You'll be fine. Here is an oral and a topical antibiotic 3 times a day for 7 days for both of these. You'll be great. Well, today was the last day. I took the last one this morning, and I figured since I'm at the doctor, I'll have him look at it, because I don't feel like this is well enough healed. Everything has kind of gone through most of the process of scabbing over and all that gross stuff, but I still have what looks like these big swollen red welts on my legs. And I didn't know if that was just part of the healing process, if that was scar tissue, how long was it going to take before this cleared up. So I really wanted him to look at it because it still really itches and burns and feels uncomfortable. Nowhere near what it was before, but still miserable, and to the point where I'm going to wear pants until the day I die because I don't want anybody to see this. And it had spread to it. I had a few other spots where it had spread. A couple on my knees, one on my ankle. I've got one right, you can see it right there. One right here on my arm that developed a couple of days ago. So it's not only not completely gone, but it's still technically spreading a little bit. Thankfully, it's spread to places that I can hide. I can wear pants all the way down to my ankles and nobody can see that I have any sores on my legs. This one's on the underside of my arms. As long as I keep my arm down, nobody sees that. But yeah, it's miserable. And I showed it to him and he was like, yeah, this is not okay. At this point, now that you've finished a round of antibiotics, they should be pretty much gone. You might have a little bit of redness where they were, but you should be pretty well cleared up at this point. And obviously I'm not. I'm maybe halfway to healed. So he said that, Reflex or whatever that they gave me is what they normally do to treat this, but obviously that wasn't enough. Kind of tossed around the MRSA word, but didn't like swab specifically for anything. Didn't specifically say, yeah, you have MRSA and we need to give you more medication. He just said, obviously there is a bacteria that wasn't covered by the first antibiotic I gave, or they gave to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a second wider spectrum antibiotic twice a day for 10 days versus the 7 days that I did with this last one. And this will cover more germs and for a longer period. And by that point, after 17 days of antibiotics, this should be very well cleared up. But again, I have that appointment in 2 weeks. If it's not cleared up by the time I'm done with this second round of antibiotics, keep that appointment, come back in, he'll look at it again and see what we can do and where we can go from there. See if there's another antibiotic that might take care of it. I don't know. So yeah, this is why I am so tired. Anxiety keeps me up all night. Depression makes me not want to get out of bed. Nothing is getting done around my house. I don't feel like I'm being a good mom or a good wife. I've got this stupid bacteria infection that won't go away. We are days away from me being 8 weeks out from my hysterectomy. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll be aware of the fact that at 8 weeks out, there's something real fun my husband and I can start doing again, and we're not going to be able to because this bacterial infection is between my legs and it won't go away. So, yeah, I'm really unhappy. Anyway, I am at Walmart, so I'm going to end the video now. I just wanted to give a rundown of where I'm at. I really want to get back to making videos. I really enjoy doing it. The girls have been asking me when we're going to make another video. But man, I haven't felt up to doing anything at all whatsoever. So hopefully now things will get better. I will feel better and I will make more videos, and it's easier to do on the way to and from work because I just put you up here on my little hands-free thingy and talk away to you. So thank you for watching. As always, feel free to like and subscribe and share. I'm gonna go pick up my groceries and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye. Ready? Boop.